Welcome to episode 7 of Rich's Rant Radio Show. I'm your host, Rant'N Rich, and as always, I want to thank you for watching the show today. UFC 223 is coming up in just a few weeks. It's going to be headlined by Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov for the 155-pound men's lightweight title. That's going to be a crazy main event. Can't wait. And of course, at the co-main, we have Rose Namajunas. She's going to be taking on Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I mean, the whole event is stacked with great fighters. We're going to get into that in another show. Not this show. This show, we're going to be talking about another fighter that's going to be making his UFC debut at UFC 223. He's going to be taking on Devin Clark. His name is Mike Rodriguez. And I actually had the opportunity to interview Mike. And I don't want to give too much away. I want you guys to hear it for yourself. But here it goes. Mike Rodriguez on Rich's Rant Radio Show. I'd like to introduce Mike Rodriguez to the show, MMA fighter, and soon to be making his UFC debut at UFC 223. It's going down April 7th, 2018 in Brooklyn, New York. What's up, Mike? How's it going, man?
It's going good. How's everything?
Everything is good. I do want to take the time to say thank you for doing this interview. I know you're probably busy with the training camp and everything else you got going on, so much obliged, man. Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right, so let's start at the beginning, man. Let's do this from the start. For the people that don't know you, I want them to get a little introduction. Boston, Massachusetts. Is this where you were born and raised?
Yep, I was born and raised in Dorchester.
Okay. And growing up in Dorchester, I know certain parts can be kind of rough. Did you have any type of formal training, or did you kind of learn like some of us did on the street or basketball court, schoolyard? Was it like that?
a little bit of both.
Okay. Now, what type of martial arts did you do as a kid?
So the first martial art I ever was introduced to any was Muay Thai.
Okay.
I didn't do anything prior to that.
Okay, and about how old were you when you started taking Muay Thai?
I was, I want to say, like 17. Yeah, that's when I got introduced to it.
Okay, now before that time, were you into any other sports or activities or anything, or?
Nope, I was not into anything. I was, even still to this day, I'm always like just a gamer, play games, like watch anime, things of that nature. So like I never got into any sport until I was introduced to Muay Thai. Okay, now you're about 6'3", right? I'm 6'4".
6'4", and you didn't pick up basketball?
Nah, I didn't like other sports. Like, don't get me wrong, I tried it, and it didn't stick. I tried football, it didn't stick. I even tried soccer and baseball, it didn't stick. I just didn't like them.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So moving along, Team Trifecta MMA, that's pretty much where I knew you from and where I met you. We did a little bit of training together back in Boston. How did you get introduced to those guys in the gym? So
I was part of another gym called Boston Muay Thai, which was in Dorchester.
Okay.
And they had jiu-jitsu there, and their jiu-jitsu coach was under the same affiliation that Trifecta used to be under, which was Best Way.
Okay.
And so one day I cross-trained. I was done with Boston Muay Thai. Like they were like kind of going belly up, and I was like, I want to try other places in the area. So I called Kenny, and he opened the doors to me.
Okay, and you trained there for a while. Do you still keep in contact with those guys?
Yeah, I was just there. Last week?
Okay, so you do make appearances at the gym. You do some training with them still.
Absolutely, yeah.
And shout out to Trifecta MMA while we're on the subject. Quincy, Massachusetts. Great bunch of guys, great gym, great owner, everything. Sitsupan Muay Thai, that's in Braintree,
Yep.
Braintree, Mass. Yep, I just want to shout those guys out. Great bunch of guys. If you guys are looking for any type of training and you guys are in that area just south of Boston, check them out. So you had a transition and you ended up at Lozon MMA, and Lozon MMA, Southeastern Mass. I want to shout them out too. Got to get the shout outs in there, man. How did that happen though? I mean, did you just walk in? Did you get referred? Do you know Joe from competing, or how did that happen exactly?
So one, I've known Joe I've known Joe like throughout my career and everything. And then when I moved to Arizona for a little bit because my wife, she's a travel nurse, and she had a contract out there, so we were out there for a little bit. And I was training at Apex MMA. A bunch of guys come out of it, like George Roop, Chad Griggs, the list goes on, a bunch of guys. So I was over there for a little bit. And then when I came back, I'm like, I want to train at a different gym because it was kind of coming to the point when I was at Trifecta where I was like the big fish in a little pond.
Yes.
Type of deal.
Yeah.
So, and I even had the same conversation with Kenny. Kenny's like, we got to get you better guys. We got to get you better training partners. So I was like, okay. And then when I came back, he's the one that told me that I should even go over there. He was like, yeah, you should definitely go over there. And I was like, all right. And so when I came back, I just transitioned over there, and everything was great. But prior to that, we used to do a lot of cross-training with Lozon and everything at his gym.
Okay, so it was like a kind of a mutual decision between the owner. We're talking about Kenny, two guys out there that don't know Kenny, the owner. And it was good that
Kenny Kwan.
Kenny Kwan, right? And it was good for that support, though. And good that he's an honest guy and said that, recommended that you go to a bigger gym. I mean, do you think that has upped your game?
Tremendously. If I didn't make that transition, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today.
Okay, so I want to get into Contender Series. Of course, that's a big deal. That's probably was the biggest fight of your career, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
But before we get into that, I did want to recognize some of the smaller promotions that kind of got you to that spot, or at least helped you train to get to that spot. We have Cage Titans. You fought there for a little bit.
Yep.
So you were 2-0 there. You won both fights there.
Yep.
And then you moved on to CES, which is a good size, well-known promotion. I think they're on Access TV, I believe.
Yep.
So you've already done the TV thing. That's kind of old news to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you were 7-2 in that. Kevin Haley was your last loss, and that's been a while. You 4 wins in a row. You're doing great. You're on a roll. That last loss, though, did that do something to you to kind of make you, get to this point?
Oh, absolutely. And so having that loss, it made me reflect on everything. I'm like, all right, there's certain holes in my game that I need to close up and work on, and which I did. After that fight, I put my fourth effort on those holes and just plugged them in. But shout out to Kevin Haley. Actually, he's actually a really cool dude. But that fight actually made me open my eyes.
And that was probably a good thing because, like I said, you're 4 in a row. You're doing great. You got to, let's get into it, the Contender Series, Tuesday Night Contender Series, a big deal. Can I ask you something, though, because I don't know, how is that all set up? How do you actually get on to even show your skills in front of Dana White and everybody else?
Honestly, I'm not sure how that happened. I think a combination of things. Timing, the fact that I'm in the shallow division.
Mm-hmm.
So probably the second. I think heavyweight is more competitive than like 205.
Yeah.
But a shallow division, timing, and I think just the fact that I put on exciting fights, and I can't take away from like Joe and Mays and all of those guys at Lozon who all have they have clout with UFC already. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yep.
So I think that was all like a combination of all of those things. So that's how I was able to get in there.
Okay, and great opportunity. You fought against Jamel Jones. I mean, I want to get into this fight. I'm getting a little excited just thinking about it because I've watched it quite a few times. And just an incredible fight, Mike. I got to say, it started out a little slow, and I understand. I'm a huge MMA fan. That's how it goes. You guys are feeling each other out. You're getting each other's distance and speed. There's some head movement, some low kicks. The oblique kick, I know you like to use that a lot.
Yeah.
What moment did you feel it coming that I saw the first takedown attempt, and you stuffed it well, don't get me wrong, but that second takedown almost looked like he was dipping down to go for it again. And perfectly timed. You couldn't have written it better yourself. Can you explain what you were thinking, if you were even thinking, or was it just like fighter instinct? Boom, his hands are down, his head's down, I'm going for it.
So the thing about him in that fight, not just quitting him. Like, Jamil's a beast. Dude's nasty. But I was able to let him bait on my movement. I was baiting with my movement. So every time I was moving and things, he was reacting to all my movement. So, which kept boosting my confidence. Because I'm like, okay, I see him moving to everything I'm moving. So I'm, all right, I can put whatever I want in certain places. So I want, like, I mean, I didn't, but I should have stayed more active and keep letting them fight on certain stuff, certain things, whatever. And at that point, I was like, okay, I can do what I want. So let me just do what I need to do. And with me, I said, if he tries to come for a takedown or make any subtle movements, I'm going to knee him in his face. And he did. I just took the knee and just hit him with it.
It's almost like it looked like, and I'm not sure how it is for a fighter, but it looked like it was expected. You knew the perfect time to throw it because you connected and you followed up and the fight was over. First round KO. I mean, unbelievable, Mike. Unbelievable.
Thank you. It just got like the way he was moving and everything. I could have thrown that same knee 10 times out of his leg. I could have threw it 10 times, and it would have landed all 10 times because of his movement, because of how he moved.
Right.
That's the only reason why I was able to set it up.
Okay, and you fed off of that, and that I'm assuming takes experience and just a lot of training.
Yes.
Okay, so we're moving on to the big one, the big competition. Now this will be the biggest of your life. Not to put any more pressure on you, I'm sure you already have enough of that. But UFC 223, again, April 7th, 2018, Brooklyn, New York, fighting against Devin Clark. He's 8-2 overall, 2-2 in the UFC, so he does have some experience in the UFC. Is that intimidating at all, or are you just focused on the win?
No, I'm not. It doesn't do anything. I don't worry about what they're doing. You know what I mean? I just worry about what I have to do.
Right. And he's actually coming off of one loss back in October of last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to work against you or with you or whatever. He might be more hungry, or his confidence might be a little lower. Who knows? But again, you're focused on you, and that's all you can really do as a fighter, I'm sure.
Yep. I know he's going to come out. He's going to come out hard because he always do, and he's coming off a loss. So,
right.
He's going to have that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll have something to prove. But you'll also have something to prove, too. So it should work out good.
Absolutely.
All right, so have you watched his fights before? Have you studied them? Do you usually study fighters? Do you have a game plan? Anything?
Yeah, I watched a couple of his fights, the fights that he had in the UFC, and some other fights that he fought in, I think it was RSA. So, and I try to pick up on little things that he do, his little habits and stuff, so that I can just capitalize on them.
Okay. And I got to talk about the fight kit. You're gonna be rocking one or the other. I think I know the answer, but I got to ask. You're gonna be rocking the Dominican colors or the U.S. colors? Which one? Because I know you're a proud Dominican.
You already know it.
All right. You can't do like half and half. They don't let you do that, though, right? You got to do one or the other?
No. You have to do one or the other. And I'm like, that's my roots. I'm Dominican. So right. I can't. Got to rock it. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I had it wrong. I thought you were going to go with the U.S. colors and the U.S. kit.
Yeah, they have a lot of U.S. fighters. What do they need me for?
Right, yeah. All right. You got to stand out.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that. I want to quickly do, if you have time, I want to do the one-word answer game with you. You can actually give more than one word if you need to, but just try to keep it as short as possible. You have a few minutes for that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right, so let's start off with the first one. Again, take your time answering, that's fine, but just keep it as short as possible. If it's one word, great. If not, whatever, that's fine. So, favorite cheat food?
I would have to go burritos.
Favorite activity outside of MMA?
Professional gaming. Like looking at professional gaming.
Okay. Favorite vacation spot?
Favorite vacation, San Domingo.
Okay. Favorite alcoholic beverage?
Gin and tonic.
Favorite MMA fighter?
Mighty Mouse.
Favorite music group or artist?
Thursday.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs all the way.
Favorite movie of all time?
No Country for Old Men.
Favorite style of martial arts?
Wrestling, honestly.
A year to remember?
A year to remember? I would
Yeah.
say 2017.
Okay. Is there any reason for that?
Winning the Contender Series. Getting that contract out of Contender Series. And it just was a good year. Like, everything was perfect. Fifth year undefeated. Got signed to UFC. I hit all my goals and benchmarks. So, well, I hit 2 out of 3.
And what was the third one?
Was to be financially stable, but it's too soon to be financially stable in the UFC.
Okay.
I have a couple fights.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so those are all I asked you 10 questions. Thanks for playing along, man. It's a quick way to get
no
people
problem.
to know more about you or whatever. That's going to wrap it up. Is there anything else that you need to say? You want to call out anybody, shout outs, promoters, anything?
I want to give a shout out to everybody in New England, whoever came out and supported me throughout my fight career, and people who have come to support me still. I want to give a shout out to all my coaches and teammates at Lozon MMA. Give a shout out to Kenny and all the Trifecta boys. Follow me at Emrod MMA on Instagram and Twitter. You can hit me up, say anything. I always comment back. If you ask anybody, whoever spoke to me, I always comment back. I don't time nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and good luck at UFC 223. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. FS1, right? You got the FS1 spot?
I don't know what I'm going to be on the card, honestly. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's play it safe. Let's assume that it's going to be. I don't think they're going to put me on Fight Pass again because I was already on Fight Pass.
Right.
So.
Okay. The last time I looked, I saw you on FS1, so hopefully that sticks.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. So, hey, thanks again, Mike. Really appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so there you have it. Mike Rodriguez hooking up with Rich's Rant Radio Show, doing that interview. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Remember to check him out at UFC 223. Again, we believe he's going to be on the FS1 prelims. Not quite sure if he's going to be on that card or the Fight Pass. Either way, check him out. Make sure you stay in his corner and root for him. And again, remember, guys, also 223 picks with Rich. We're going to be doing that in just a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. Again, if you are interested in playing along, being on the show, just remember combatzonefight@gmail.com. Send over an email, and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. So that's going to about do it for the show. Again, appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, all the above. And as always, until next time, Rant'N Rich here, signing out from sunny SoCal. I'm out of here. Laters.